This is Paul Turner, the immigration barrister at Imperium Chambers. Today I'm going to be talking about ETS and Toeic. The scandal rumbles on, with the government refusing to concede, having been asked to. Why do I say this? Well, the Secretary of State, Priti Patel, was asked what she intended to do about this scandal, and she said that she was proposing to wait for the two cases before the Upper Tribunal, which are due to be heard next week. These cases are extremely important, and Priti Patel was pushed to issue a government position before the cases, but preferred to await the court's ruling. I am representing one of the appellants in the case, and have been preparing for the case with my colleague and highly regarded barrister, Mr. J. Kajar, for several months now. Her position, in my view, is rather disingenuous, as it is on her instructions that the government intends to fight the cases in the Upper Tribunal next week. So essentially she's not accepting that ETS are at fault and not accepting that the whole system is flawed, but is hoping that the court will say that for her. The case is due to be heard on the 1st and 2nd of March, that's next Monday and Tuesday, on whether ETS can be relied upon essentially as providing source evidence so as to get the Secretary of State off the hook, as it were, from thousands of potential claims. There is, however, a wealth of evidence, both old and new, and cases that say that the ETS evidence should be treated carefully, isn't reliable, and now it shouldn't be relied upon. And last year there were 3 reports and evidence given by experts which further damned ETS. However, rather than accept the conclusion of the experts, or the reports, or at least all of the people that have condemned ETS, and it's noteworthy that the government nor ETS attended any of the hearings or provided any evidence directly to the APPG report. It is of extreme importance that this case goes ahead as well as it can. However, Priti Patel could still resolve the matter in a stroke by accepting the overwhelming evidence against ETS, accepting that it was dodgy, if not completely incompetent. After all, they were removed from the approved suppliers of English language tests for leave to remain or settlement applications, and were forced to pay the Home Office some £1.6 million in compensation in an out-of-court settlement, which was not exactly value for money for the government, as they'd already spent £21 million investigating ETS. So the short point is, everything is going to turn on the case listed for the 1st and 2nd of March. Please stay tuned, and I'll update you on the outcome of that case and how it went. If the appellants win, and there is quite good evidence in their favour, then this should be the end of the nightmare for thousands of migrants and their families, both those that are suffering now, that have suffered, and that could suffer in the future. If the appellants lose, then it's likely to be business as usual, i.e. each case will have to be fought out in the courts, and Priti Patel will probably be crowing about how good ETS was or is, or how reliable they are, notwithstanding the fact that they threatened to sue them and accepted a paltry 1.6 million in compensation, which would rather be a sick joke in my view. But in any event, 1st and 2nd of March, big test case on reliability of ETS material. If you've been affected in the ETS scandal in any way, please do not hesitate to contact me, and I'll seek to do my best to advise you. I've done a number of appeals and won a large number of them if they're prepared properly. So even if we don't win on the day, that's not a reason to give up hope. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It is highly relevant given the date. Please tune in or keep an eye on my channel. Please subscribe for further updates. Thank you very much for watching. This is Paul Turner, the immigration barrister at Imperium Chambers.